actually just offered to hold my hand. This is amazing. You'll see a theme here. Okay. Hi, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Yeah.
Woo!
For those who don't know me, my name is Hannah, and I am Julie's maid of honor. And as the name implies, I am truly honored to be giving a speech this evening. As everyone knows, every great maid of honor speech begins by the maid of honor talking about her own wedding.
No.
I bring up my own wedding for one reason and one reason only. When I tell you that to this day, the number one comment I receive about my own wedding is not about the ceremony, it's not about the music or the food or even my dress. It is about Julie's maid of honor speech. Julie gave her maid of honor speech at my rehearsal dinner, and for the rest of the wedding weekend, the majority of comments I received were, "Wow, what a speech your best friend gave, and how amazing was that speech, and good luck to you when she gets married." So thanks to Julie, I have been dreading giving this speech since the day of my very own wedding. But a truly great maid of honor speech will take you all the way back to the beginning. So let us take a journey together. Julie and I met on the first day of 6th grade. We were the new kids and we had just moved from different locations earlier that year. Julie was taller than me. I know. So I thought she must be the 8th grade homeroom leader. She thought that I was a boy. Had a glow up. We became inseparable very quickly, so much so that at lunchtime, when one of us was homesick, okay, let's be real, it was me who was homesick. Julie did go to Yale after all, and wasn't allowed to be sick. Isn't that right, Mrs. Q? When I was out sick, we would call each other from the payphone outside of our cafeteria and eat lunch together over the phone. It became very obvious very quickly that Julie would be one of the most important people and support systems in my life. In fact, and this is a true story, Julie used to break up with my middle school boyfriend for me. It became common knowledge to the middle school men of John Jay that if Julie came up to you at recess, a breakup was imminent. But she always ended the breakups with, "Do you want a hug?" It turns out that I wasn't the only one she was supporting. I think everyone at this wedding can pick a moment or 1,000 where Julie has held them up and supported them. After college, when I had applied to medical school but was feeling very doubtful of my acceptance, I had lined up various jobs to start immediately after graduation. Julie gave me a passionate speech, convincing me that I should quit my jobs before I even started them and travel with her to South America to celebrate my accomplishment of graduating college and to live my life to the fullest. She told me it didn't matter if I got into medical school, it would still be there tomorrow, and what was life worth living if I didn't take the time to spend with my best friend? I did exactly as she said, and off we went on an epic adventure. At the time, I remember thinking about how inspiring she was, how supportive she was, and what a truly wonderful friend. Now, I just think she wanted someone to travel with her. How many of us have gotten the "Do you want to go to Europe this weekend?" text from Julie at this point? We did all come to Mexico for her after all. But regardless of her motivation, I think we can all agree that Julie so clearly lives her life to the fullest, more than anyone I've ever known. Luckily, and the reason we are all here is that Julie has found her forever travel partner. I remember meeting James, and my initial impression was that he was quiet. I know, can you imagine? He was clearly very smart, incredibly kind-hearted, quiet. So it honestly worried me that he might not be able to keep up with our rocket girl. I am a protective best friend after all. But what I so quickly learned was quite the opposite. James ignites Julie's light and encourages her to thrive. Just as Julie so clearly does for others, James lifts Julie up. When Julie told James they were moving to Hawaii for the pandemic, off they went without any hesitation. When Julie insisted that they live out of suitcase and travel from state to state, off they went again. When Julie demands to order the entire menu at a restaurant, James has since put a limit on that, so I've heard. But initially, he was right there with her, trying the whole menu. When Julie runs races, James is right there cheering her on. When Julie hits the dance floor with some questionable dance moves, James is right there dancing with her, following her lead. It has been so obvious to me, and I imagine to everyone else, that in each other they have found their North Star. I saw a TikTok recently, where all reputable information comes from, that talked about your North Star friend. A North Star friend is someone who makes you feel your truest and most authentic self. They always know what to say, even if it is nothing at all. They accept you for exactly who you are, with no pressure to show up for them in any certain or specific way. Things with them always feel light and easy, even in a heavy situation. You know that you'll always come back to each other, no matter how far apart you may get or how long it may be. For me, Julie has always been my North Star. She is the brightest star that I've ever been fortunate to be close to. Julie lights up every single room that she walks into, figuratively and literally. I can't see now. I think that is why so many people are so drawn to her. She has this uncanny ability to make anyone and everyone feel so welcome, heard, and filled with immense joy. I distinctly remember once reuniting with Julie after a long period away and actually remembering what it felt like to laugh so hard my stomach hurt and tears streamed down my face. And I've seen her have that exact same effect on so many people here. But while she will always be my North Star, I do believe that James and Julie have found that in each other as well. James, we can share stars. I can so clearly see how each of them is their truest and most genuine self around each other. They're a guiding light for one another, even in difficult times. They keep each other grounded and always encouraging each other to get more and more out of life. I cannot wait to watch them continue to reach for the stars. Could everyone please help me and raise a glass